Hi, this is Travis with Two Brothers Adventures. I'm going to do an install video today on the new laser sight I got. It's from Crimson Trace. It's the laser sight for the Taurus TCP738, and it's Crimson Trace model LG-407. Okay, so we have everything laid out here to do the actual installation. We're going to do the installation according to the instructions that it came with. The installation is broken down into 7 steps in these directions. But the step 7 has to do with sighting it in, so we're going to skip that one during this video and do a later video on it, actual sight in. So we'll go through 1 through 6. Step 1 is the standard rule of safety that says make sure that the gun is safe. So anytime you do any kind of work or any time you handle a firearm, you should always visually and physically check the chamber and magazine well to make sure that it's safe. So I can see visually that the magazine well and the chamber, as well as physically, are both empty. So this gun is safe and cleared. So we know it's safe for us to work on. The next step talks about putting the battery in the laser sight. So this particular laser sight splits apart like a clamshell, and as you can see, all of the laser components and wiring are on the right side, whereas the left side is just an empty housing that protects it from the other side. The instructions, step 2, talks about the battery should go in, and there's a plus and minus. The plus side is up, so I don't know if you can see that in the video, but that's the plus side, and it will snap in, slide in there. It's a little bit stiff. There we go. And we did check in the manual because the battery it comes with is a all-in-one battery, and this is actually replaceable by 2 separate batteries, so you don't need to buy this special battery. And it's a CR or DL2032 battery that gets replaced in here. The next step talks about sliding the laser sight on the laser guard. So it talks about sliding it in until it snaps. So you hear it click. And then we have fixed the other side. This is kind of hinged, so as you can see, that's completely on now. Step 4 says, step 4 is hooking on the left side. Step 5 is installing these 2 screws. The important part of this is it says that the screws need to go from the left side. So the nuts are actually on the right side. So we'll insert these 2 screws. And it comes with the Allen wrench that's needed for this. Let's get these tightened down. Get them nice and torqued in there. And do the bottom one. And the nice thing about this is, hopefully you could hear on the video, is it clicked in there on the bottom. It clicks in and it's a nice kind of universal fit. So now the screws are in there nice and tight to keep it on. So as you can see everywhere now, it's nice, it's on there, it's not going to come off. It's, if you can see inside where it wraps on the magazine well, it's got pieces that hang over quite a bit, so this thing is not going to come off now that it's attached. Step 6 talks about fixing the actual stickers. So the one with the arrow is supposed to go in the front and the danger one on the back. I'll fix these at a later point, but that's step 6. And then step 7 talks about testing it. So we're going to go ahead and test it. Push the activation button. You can see the laser. And it talks about sighting it in. Now these are supposed to be factory sighted in from the factory at 50 feet. So this should be accurate right now at 50 feet. But you can fine tune it through the manual with a couple of different adjusters. There's one right here for elevation. And then windage is on the opposite side. And that's the installation on the Taurus TCP.